something that looks like this. So again, that's CQHM, Collaborative, Qualitative, Hybrid Modeling.usas.ca. Okay, when this comes up, what do you see? Do you see something like this? Or do you see a little thing in the upper left that says authorize? Sign in? Okay, so what you'll need to do then is, for those in the room who have Google accounts, you'll need to sign under your Google account, okay? If you don't have a Google account, you can watch me or you can pull up next to the person beside you, okay? By Google account, I don't mean necessarily a Gmail account. It could be a Gmail account, but if you use Google Tools under another account, that will work fine. If you use Google Docs or you use Gmail or you use a system at your university that's based on Gmail, you should be able to use whatever login you use for that, okay? Now, in order to log in, did it ask you, Betsy, to log into Google there? So it said login, and it's a Google login thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, so TAs. Could you make sure more TAs come into the room? I think there's a stable of them out there. Okay. Yes, you will need to do that for this. Basically, this will save onto your Google Drive the models created with this. So you will need to say that. I apologize. I should have indicated. So if you get in the thing, it asks you to sign in. You sign in, and then it'll ask, do you want to authorize this? And you'll have to give authorization for it to save the file to your Google Drive, because that's where it saves this. Not to your local computer, but to your Google Drive. Okay. Now, do any of you see a thing? So that said authorize, right? Yeah. So if you see a button that says authorize, you'll need to push that alternatively, okay? Okay, I can't see what your machines are seeing. So Aiden, could you tell me what you see? Yeah, like what are people seeing on there? Okay? Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, okay, this is the starting point of the tool. I'm going to enter, boot camp model V1, okay, here. And I'm going to say create, okay? Here we go. And it's going to create this new diagram for me, where I'm going to be able to use it to create a diagram. Now, this is going to be a lot more interesting for you. Because this is a collaborative modeling tool, I'd like to share it with someone. So I'd like to have 2 TA volunteers. Okay. That's fine. It's creating separate models for their own local accounts. If I want them to participate in mine, I can share it with them using this button up here, this share. Okay, I need 2 TA volunteers who have their hands on the keyboard. Are there people removing their hands from the keyboard back there? Okay. Arash and Wade. Okay, thank you. Could you tell me your Arash, I should know yours. 793IR. Okay. .gmail.com. Okay, I've just shared it with you. And Wade? WadeM451 @gmail.com. Okay. Okay. No, they don't. As long as they have a Google account. It doesn't have to be a Gmail account. It needs to be a Google account, because that's into what they logged, and they gave the authorization to save it theirs. Okay. So Arash, did you receive it? Okay. I'd like you to open it. Wade, have you received it? Could you open it? So they received emails which allowed them to click it, and then you may have to say, yes, I want access or whatever. Okay, so tell me when you have it opened. Nope. Okay, it's opened? Okay. Okay, could you draw something on the diagram? Okay, Wade just placed a stalk in, a bold start. I'm going to place the stock in here as well. Okay, okay, I'm seeing a certain pattern here. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this tool allows us to collaboratively put together a diagram. What they do, I see, and what I do, they see. Right? There's two major components. This is not the best, design, but the undergraduate in charge of this now has done a remarkable job sort of stabilizing it and preparing it for its next round of refinement. So there's a set of nodes which include images, stocks, states. Those are states in state chart. An initial state, which is, I believe, misshapen. A final state, a branch, variables. So branches for sort of conditional components. Variables, parameters, an agent. Take a look at this. There's an agent. And a text area, which might be used to encode assumptions, and an intervention, like this little thing, okay? Now, the basic mode of it is you use this palette to add things in, and you can select things in the diagram, too. Like, if I don't like that connection, I can get rid of it here. I hope Wade won't mind doing that. And then when you add something or put it in, you can go and actually edit it. So if I want to change this and say, you know, this is a comment, here we go, and, you know, I can, okay, I don't want to do that. That sounds too, okay, yeah. This is a comment. I can simply delete things by pressing delete, and it will delete them. Now, in the links area, we can further add flows. Now, I can click here, add it, and I can click once on the stock to finish it. And this flow as well, ladies and gentlemen, has some text. So I could say, you know, developing diabetes or something like that, right? Here's a stock, and this might be a stock of diabetics, and this might be a stock of pre-diabetics. So diabetics here. Okay. Okay, so I changed the name by selecting it, and then down here in the properties, you type the new name, okay, and you can change the text size and the color, you know, to per your choosing, okay. So again, you folks, you're probably using it right now on an individual basis, but the real power for this comes in when you share it. So here, this is a tool, although it may not seem obvious yet, this is a tool for conducting this sort of hybrid modeling we've been talking about for model mapping, okay? Jeff, would you like to participate in this adventure? Okay, so I'll send it to you. Oh, right. With one L or two? Donna? Of 50? Gmail.com? Okay. You want me to just double check that? Let me do this here. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to do that right now. G. McDonough. Oh, okay, there it is, indeed. Okay. There we go. Okay, Jeff? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something, therefore, you could do in a small group. If you're here with others or you want to work with TAs to put together, you could start to add components. So let's go over here, for example. We might want to add in a parameter here that indicates, you know, this certain person here has a sex associated with them. So we'll say sex. Notice this is now associated with the agent. So as I move the agent around, this drags with them, right? It's a property of the agent. I might alternatively have a stock associated with the agent, which is specifies their weight, for example, right? And I might have a flow into that stock here, which will illustrate their illustrate their sort of caloric intake or something along those lines. So caloric intake. Okay. Okay. Oh, I labeled the agent as a whole. Okay, that's not what I wanted. We could also add in here a state. Okay. So this might be, for example, a state of being normoglycemic. Or maybe we'll make it a non-smoker or never smoker, better yet, never smoker. Boom. We'll put in the state of being a current smoker. There we go. Current smoker. And I'll put in a state of being, finally, let's see if we can drag this down here. Okay, hey, come on. Okay, sometimes it's a bit truculent. And then put in a state of being former smoker. Okay, smoker, and then I could draw transitions between them. So here I'll do a transition from normal smoker to a current smoker, and that transition is here. And I will put in a, hey, okay, what happened there? Okay, that was interesting. I must have screwed up. Okay, and then I'm gonna connect here. Oh, Jeff is adding some good stuff. Okay, a current smoker to the former smoker, and vice versa as well. Okay, here we go, to the current smoker. Okay, now let's see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out that when you draw these things, I'm going to actually eliminate this last one. When you draw these things, you can actually click along the way, okay, and that will sort of force it to follow that path. So if you click here, for example, I'll click in the middle and click over here, and it'll force it to follow a certain path, which can allow me to kind of shape it. Let me show. Oh, nice, Jeff. That looks great. One recognizes the lion by his claw. Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to put in here another parameter, which is going to be income. Okay. Okay, income. Oh, that looks interesting. And I'll put in a variable, which is going to be, so this is going to be a variable for cumulative cigarette use, something like that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen how we can use this little diagram for building up things. I haven't shown a few things. For example, we could go load in an image here, and you notice I can set an image URL here, so I can specify. Ooh, okay, this is exciting. Okay, I'm going to go pull up a URL. So this will be images.google.ca, and let's look up cigarette. Here we go. Ooh, cigarette. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll do this one, right? And we will. Here we go. We'll take that image, and we will put it into our diagram here under this. Here we go. If anyone else wants to be added into this diagram, just let me know. I could share it with you. Okay. It's not yet a fulsome image. Okay. Double click, Jeff. Okay. Okay, that's exciting. Are you double clicking? Okay. 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 So, ladies and gentlemen, okay. The image thing. Not sure if it's working. Okay. And then we can apply an intervention here, for example, that might go, might go here, and this might be an intervention called relapse prevention or something like that. Oh, wow, Jeff, that's, yeah, okay. Okay, so I've just been using this tool. This is still a tool in what I would say is late alpha, early beta. But the general idea of it, you can see. You can have multiple people editing it at the same time to build up a diagram, and you can basically use this approach to capture the sort of model mapping of which I spoke earlier. And okay, this isn't the right slides. So yes, it is. Okay, so where were my slides here? Yeah. So we can use this to build up these sort of diagrams that I illustrated. But we can now do it interactively with people who are either local or not local. It's very finicky, and I have to apologize. You can print it, so you can go print, and you can then save it as a PDF, for example, and thereby persist the diagram. So we can save this away. As I say, it's not perfect. The creator of this is an undergraduate who will be here with us joining tomorrow. Okay, and so if you'd like to see advances made, if you have ideas about how this could be improved, if you'd like to see certain features added, feel free to mention it to him. Okay. Yes.
But it's just for kind of the equivalent of the mapping, not for kind of it's not like Inside Nature where you can go in and measure kind of basically relationships, mathematical relationships.
Correct. This is for the diagramming at this point, and it's for sharing diagrams like this with people worldwide interactively. But it's not at this point for simulation. Okay. Down the road, if we can get a bit of funding, we might do it for simulation. But at the current time, it's qualitative in nature. However, this can help you map things out. So in this next little portion here, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to do is I would like to propose that the projects here try a crack at using these components, using this sort of diagrammatic mechanism where you draw an agent, maybe more than one agent, maybe a doctor agent, person agent, maybe there's a caregiver and a person with chronic disease, and they're linked with networks. There's actually, as I recall, there's a network type of link here, a network connection, which you can use to connect. Okay, that's interesting, Jeff. Okay, so here we'll draw another agent, and we will draw a network connection between these. Here's a network connection between these agents, right? Which allows them to be linked together. So you could use this tool, or you could use PowerPoint or a simple tool like that, or you could put it on the board. I'd like to challenge the teams to try to think through for your particular areas of interest. If you can capture some of the major types of states that a person could be in, if continuous a stock, because stocks are wonderful ways of representing dynamics of continuous states, or you could use a variable. If it doesn't vary continuously, but it varies discontinuously, like I smoke another cigarette, then it might be a variable. So states would either be state charts, or stocks, or variables. Okay. You can represent some aspects of the environment with networks between people, for example. You can represent interventions of interest. For actions, rules, and states, often you will do so with a state chart or with stocks and flows, but sometimes it will be with variables. I'd like to challenge you. Could you draw a diagram like this, which shows these features and then shows linkages between them? Like maybe while I'm in the current smoker state here, the current smoker, okay, there's something really exciting going on there. The current smoker state might connect, for example, to this variable of cumulative cigarette use. So while I'm in the current smoker state, my cumulative cigarette use is increasing. And you'll notice if I select this, select some of these arrows, I can actually put polarities on them. So I can put polarities on causal connections, as I recall. In any case, could you create a little diagram like this for your for the case of your okay. There's some unusual dynamics being exhibited. Okay. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, could you create a little diagram like this on the board with PowerPoint or with this tool to start you on your way of thinking through what might lie in your model? And I'd like the TAs to go around to people and to try to help them unpack what they're thinking about into this sort of diagrammatic notation. Okay? Stocks, flows, parameters, variables, states, and state charts, stocks and flows, interventions, network connections, causal connections. See if you can articulate a little bit of a dynamic hypothesis about what's connected with what within the model. Okay, and then we'll try to sort of reconvene on that. Additionally, tomorrow to start turning it into a simulatable model. Okay, any questions on this? Questions? Okay. Okay, so let's start on some work here. One idea would be to take one of these and start illustrating it as an exemplar. Does anyone want to try using theirs as an exemplar on the board or in this diagram? Okay, no. Okay, people want to pursue it in private. Okay, fair enough. So, Jeff, do you want to? You had a few slides you wanted to show as well. Yeah. Do you want to do that right now? Okay, yeah. Maybe we should have. Maybe we should have a break. Okay, we'll have a break for 5 minutes, and then you'll hear some wisdom from Jeff. Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a PDF that I've uploaded.
Oh, great. I'll put it in there.
Yeah, I figured I'll do that again.
Great. Okay. That was exciting.
Yeah, no, I can see it. No, just a different look and feel.
It's coming along.
It's got a few more, constrained rules. It's probably good.